So, even though we say practical salat, but we are still in ablution. So it's practical ablution before practical salat. The other time we mentioned, in fact, we got to the last part of the ablution where we said after the ablution you do ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu allahumma ij'alni minat tawwabin, the riwayah of Tirmizi, wa ij'alni minal mutahhirin. And we said Abu Sa'id al-Khudri mentioned in one other hadith also, and the hadith has been verified to be authentic by Imam Nasiruddin Albani. He said you should say also subhanaka allahumma bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. It means if you want to do all now, because already we've established that in the riwayah of Muslim, the hadith from Umar, he said, if you, after your ablution, you say, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu, wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu, you say this, the door of paradise, the 8 doors of paradise will be open to you on the day of Qiyamah, and you will be told to enter from any door. One of our brothers in Islamia, then he said, once he's told like that, he will let people know that he can think very well. He said he will enter to this and come back, enter another one and come back. He'll enter all like that. Allah said, anyone you like, and I like all. I like all. Then the way of Tirmizi now that you should add, Allahumma ja'alni minat tawwabin wa ja'alni minal mutatahhirin. And we said another hadith came from Abu Sa'id al-Khudri that you should now add to it subhanaka allahumma bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. This one is popular. The prayer we say is always done once we are done in a sitting. Whether not general, not that you start after you say subhan and everybody will now start doing just do it within yourself. The sin you committed in that gathering will be omitted. That does not mean you now sit in the garden, you come in there, let's back by. But it's not good now. I forgot to do subhanallah or alhamdulillah later. Just, you don't plan Allah like that. Things that spoils ablution. Urine. Excreta. These ones are known. Passing out air or gas. Polluting. When somebody mess. We have mentioned 3. The 4th one, coming out of mani from the body. It might look somehow close and difficult, but it's good to know their name like that. Because I personally, I hardly have, let's say, the actual English equivalent for them. Which one is sperm? Which one is semen? If you can get the Arabic names. Mani, mazi, and wadi, or mani, maziyu, it can be maniyu. So the mani is maniyu. Then we have the maziyu or mazi. Then we have the wadiyu or wadi. Yes, we can write and always remember it. Mani spoils ablution. Mazi or maziyu spoils ablution. Wadiyu spoils ablution. But what are these terminologies? Some would say it's Latin language. We have say biology is a combination of bio and so that's what is happening here. Mani is the discharge from the body, man or woman, not only after sexual intercourse. Because if it is sexual intercourse, it is clear. It is white and thick if it is a man. White and thick if it is a man. It is yellow and very light or thin from a woman. Yes, this is the description because it's important. It is white and thick. Yes, it might not be yours might not be very pure white or a woman not pure yellow. That does not mean it is not. But the scholar said for it to be that actual white, it's a sign of you are healthy. It means you are very strong. So white, let's say this is the first sign. How do you know this is mani? White and very thick from a man, a woman yellow and a light or thin. There is always pleasure when it comes out. Is that the one we call? Is it the one we call? The one people call sperm or semen? That's why I said to even give it the actual English. That's it, because we use it. No, it's not. The money is not seminal fluid. The seminal fluid, we are going to see. Seminal you what do you? That's why I said let us just master the Arabic words. Seminal fluid is not money. It cannot make someone pregnant. It's not possible.
That's is the one that that's like lubricating is one that transports the sperm.
Let us come back to mani and wazi and mazi. Then maybe next time when we meet, we'll look at it very well. Which one is seminal fluid, which one is sperm, which one is this one, which one is water, and which one is yes. The mani, we said it, there is pleasure when it comes out, but immediately it comes out, the desire to want to have, let's say if it is sexual intercourse, the desire to have more vanishes. Let's say as a man now, the private part will not be erect anymore if the mani comes out of the body. That is the second sign. The third one is as at that time, once mani comes out, you become exhausted, you become weak. See if you carry two cement and climb a rock. Another sign is it gushes out. It's as if you don't feel it is pushing, coming out with force. So we've mentioned 4, and we can mention up to 5. We said white and thick, a man, yellow and light from a woman. There is always that it's attached with the pleasure, but once it comes out, the desire, it vanishes. Once you emit it, we have the one of you become exhausted, and we have the one of it gushes out. Then the smell, just like a dove or something made of flour. That's how it smells. That is mani. If it comes out, even without sexual intercourse, your ablution has spoiled. Because that's where we are going to now. It can come out even without the sexual intercourse. Let's say the wet dream now. Now? No, we are going to, yes, tension, but we are going to do one that mostly the tension brings also. But this is the mani. Then we have the wadiyu or what do you? That is the one that is the fluid now, the white fluid as we mostly translate it. Sometimes it comes after urination. It's white, very light. Sometimes it comes after you urinate. Or when you carry heavy thing. Yes, it affects someone. You carry heavy thing, you see a drop from your private part. Just white. You think you urinate, you do not urinate. Sometimes even cold can cause it. Or you have fear. Let's say, for example, you're in examination or writing. Submit and you just shake. These are some of those things that can cause it. It doesn't have smell. It doesn't have smell, and it is just like that. It spoils ablution also. But unlike mani, just like the tension he mentioned just now, this is the wadi we are talking, the sign of this one. But unlike the mani, if it comes out of the body, you need to do ghusl. The first one, you do ghusl. The second one, you don't do ghusl. That's why the issue of the color and how it is very important. So that you don't end up doing ghusl. Only you do ghusl 10 times in a day. What happened? Are you were busy carrying heavy load? What I go and pray so that answer now, I have to bath. What happen like this? That you don't become fish or what's happening? No. So the wadi, you wash the private part, the clothes or any other place it stains, chicken, and you don't need to do ghusl. But your ablution has spoiled. Then we have the maziyu. Mazi is due to sexual stimulation. This one I do not have sexual intercourse, but the issue is I was busy looking. Yes. Or you are thinking or touching, and you derive that pleasure in you. That feeling is there. You have the feeling, the desire. But even when it comes out, the feeling is still there. The desire, because the desire is different from the feeling now. The first one, you had the feeling and the desire was there. You really got what you wanted, and once it came, she came. But this one now, you are still ready to think more, to look more, to touch more, or to chat more. These are some of it. This one is white and very thin. It's white and it is light. It comes out after one feels a desire, but no pleasure felt when it is, and it doesn't cease. It keeps. It's something that keeps. It is still in you. It doesn't gush out like the first one. That first one, gosh, it is thick and it comes with full force. This one, it doesn't gush out, and we said it is white. Any of these three spoils ablution. This last one we mentioned too, you don't need ghusl. It's just your body and the place it's stained, but your ablution is gone. The seventh thing that spoils ablution is sleep. They call it deep sleep. Not that you sit down, you are waiting for Salatul Maghrib and you do like this. Just sit down. Just, and you keep going like that. Or you just decide to relax like this, waiting for Salat. Some sleep can be very funny. Yes, your head will just hit it. Whatever sign. But this type now doesn't spoil ablution. This type we just mentioned now. As far as, dozing now, you still know what is happening within the surrounding. Even though I am like this, I know that somebody has opened that door. Even though I am still like this, I know somebody is removing charger, even though I don't know who is removing charger. Imam Malik classifies into 4, but generally we are saying if the sleep is not heavy, no problem. And also the sleep is not very long. It's not heavy, but you kept dozing like that for 2 hours. What happened? The ablution, you are now recommended to go and perform, especially somebody who is traveling now. You are on your way to Bidako. You always use Bidako, so I decided to use it today. You are on your way to Sokoto. You are just doing like that, throughout in the car, and it's time for prayer. Now, sir, you want to lead Salat for where? Which Salat will you lead? You that have been. So I did not sleep. I know whenever we enter bump, I know. Malang kadan daw baya kayi alwala. If you not do alwala, follow me, but you not lead today. The 8th one is zawalul akal, changing, turning of the sense, be suckered by intoxication, whether actual intoxication or anything. It's not alcohol that intoxicates. I know someone that if he drinks this stainless cup, if he drinks up to 2 cups of Zobo, it intoxicates him. We are in secondary school together. Yes. and Zobo is sweet. And Zobo is sweet. Yes. Owl igma, or you fainted. You perform ablution. You are rushing to go and pray. While rushing to go, you hit your head somewhere and you fell. Within some minutes, they fan you, pour pure water and table water, all those waters on your body, and you just woke up. And I say, what happened? Oh, I fainted. We are going to pray. Let's go. No, Malam, come back and perform ablution. Not that the sleep or this fainting or this intoxication itself is dirty. Like urine is dirty, excreta is dirty, all those ones. This one itself is not dirty. But in that state, a lot of things must have happened that you don't know. You are not in your state of mind. How will junoon or somebody become insane? Somebody became insane. May Allah save us from all this. The 9th one is touching your private part without any barrier. Yes, there's hadith as to that. You touch your private part without any barrier, just the actual private part. Yes, skin to skin, not the back now, and not the testicles now. Your ablution becomes nullified. But if there is anything, so that you don't perform ablution, you are going and you'll be going like this. As if you are that film, somebody that want to fly, your body is scratching you and you keep doing like this. So what happened? My ablution will spoil. As far as there is an ha'il, it is when there is bila ha'il, not in covering. And the scholars now came with a lot of discussion, but generally, whether it is now your private part, I said different discussion on when your private part, someone's private part, you touch it, your ablution has spoiled. Not a father or a mother now, whose child or a baby urinate or excrete. You now watch the baby and say, Baba, yeah, perform another ablution. Hey, and maybe there is cold, you struggle to even perform the first one, unlike that one. Then you are in doubt. It's first ablution. But let's understand doubt. I know my ablution spoiled before coming here. I am now doubting, have I performed ablution? I carry kettle that time. Then you carry the kettle and shake it. There's still water. Did I perform ablution? And I know I sat down. Did I perform? For all these things, you don't have ablution. When you are allowed now, which is like that is, I know I perform ablution. The doubt now is, I carry ablution to go and urinate. Did I urinate? You should know now. If you are not feeling to urinate again, you should know. So the that thing is, did I pollute? I did not. But one thing is, you are sure you perform ablution. Leave that you doubt for the one you are not doubting. That so, but this one you are doubting whether you have purified now. Then the last one we'll mention is touching. Yes, is touching the opposite sex. Let's say a man touching a woman. But on this one, yes, all these ones we mentioned, there are some that the scholars have discussions on. But we are just mentioning all as far as it will benefit us, like so that we take the careful part of it. Like this last one we've mentioned now, the scholars have looked at Aula Mastumun Nisa. Imam Shafi translates it as if you perform ablution and you are going, even your body, touch a woman, your ablution has spoiled. Yes, not even with touching. So we were told of brothers there when they are going for Hajj, they are followers of Imam Malik, of Abu, and we already mentioned here that when we say Imam Maliki, Shafi, any of them, we have the Hakikiya and the Istilahan. We have the opinion of this is the Imam's opinion, or this is the opinion of people following that school, which he himself never said. We are not discussing that. So when they are going, because they follow Imam Shafi's school of thought, they will tell you, no, we are not Imam Shafi now. They go, we are Maliki for now. Because they know their body must touch and they don't want to be performing ablution. You are going around, your body trainer say, you have to be going with kettle cane. I just do and that. It works more perform ablution. Or you have to look for bodyguard. So, but touching a woman, let's now, we said a lot of discussion. But let's now come back to Imam Malik's own now. If you touch with desire, your ablution has spoiled. And why I say let us come there is to an extent, it looks clearer and safer somehow, especially looking at majority of us within this community or this environment, we mostly subscribe to that. But remember, there is a hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam performing ablution even while fasting, kissing Aisha radiyallahu anha. So yes, and he did not again. Yes, other people came here, that's Prophet Muhammad. But these are not issue for us to start discussing, to start looking at discussion of scholars. So to just have one stand, you perform ablution, you touch a woman with intention. Look at how the leg, how the hand is. Let me touch the hand and see how soft or sweet it is. And you touch the hand. Unfortunately, when you touch, it was very hard. With that intention, it has spoiled. Unfortunately, it has still spoiled. Or you do not have that intention. You only just it's not just touching. It's just shake. Maybe you want to shake and shake. That one is clear. It's even clear that we are saying a spoil or not. That some said it's spoil or not. That does not mean those that say it doesn't spoil did not say you should go and be touching woman. That one is clear. That one is clear that we should not. So you now want to decide to shake a woman, knowing that shaking is not proper, but you perform it because these are two different things now: the sin and your ablution. Then on shaking the hand, I never knew she's fine like this, so the hand is like this. So other thoughts start coming to your mind, but you do not intend it initially. Shaitan just join those thoughts. According to the popular of Imam Malik students, it has spoiled also. And I said we should just take it that way and then leave other discussion of the scholars. in a very quick way, let us quickly run down to things is that that states where you are recommended to perform ablution. I just want to make sure we finish this today. If not, we have crossed our 10 to 15 minutes time for it. So that next time we'll do the actual practical, since we are doing a theory like in our class now. When you want to make remembrance of Allah, it's recommended you perform ablution. It's not compulsory now. We are talking of recommended part, play. Perform ablution. Or when you want to sleep, you're under the protection of Allah. Ablution itself scares shaitan away from you. So anytime before you sleep, perform ablution and go and sleep. Yes. Let's start doing that. How many minutes does it take to perform ablution? Maybe why the ablution is very hard for us is because we are not performing the way we should perform. The day we perform it practical, a lot of people will see that day that what are you doing? Somebody will be asking that I'm not doing it correctly. Because that day we'll be thinking, doing mouth and nose together or doing mouth separate and nose separate, which one is correct? Somebody will say the two are correct. One is more correct. Which one? Maybe that's the way we'll see how to wash the face. Practical, we'll now see it now. Somebody that have beards, how do you wash the face? We are talking of beards, not no small one. Even without put what you do like this, water itself will just enter. So when you want to sleep, perform ablution. For someone who is in the state of janaba, you are unable to perform ablution. One, you should hasten to do your purification. But it's night or any other state, you are in the state of janaba. Yes, you are preparing to go and do ghusl later, but you want to eat, or you want to drink, or you want to sleep, or you want to return back for that to perform that the sunnah of meeting with your spouse, perform ablution. So in the state of janaba, you want to eat, you want to drink anything, perform ablution. Once you become used to any small ablution, always maybe they will give you a name, Malam ablution, no problem. It's a good name. Thank God they did not tell you Malam ablution spoil. You only always performing.
Sorry, can you pray with that? Okay, can you pray with such ablution?
No, because you are still in the state of janaba. You are still in the state of janaba. Then ablution is recommended also before you do ghusl. But if you touch your private part during the ghusl, that ablution has spoiled. Then ablution after eating anything generally that fire touched, apart from how much food that fire doesn't touch, apart from what water. Okay, debino. Oh,
all those who are fruits now. They are fruits.
Then one of it also is always, it is mustahab to always recommend, is to always perform ablution, even though you have ablution. It's mustahab. Then the other one I will mention is ablution. Whenever your ablution spoil, you perform ablution. Whether it is time for salat or not time for salat, always make sure you are always on ablution. Always performing ablution. Be known to be that purification. It means always shaitan is running away from you. And the last I will mention here is ablution after someone vomits. Whether you are sick or anything, you vomited, you perform ablution. Yeah, it has not affected you. You still have your ablution, but you perform ablution for yourself to remain in that state of purification again. The one that we should start, in fact, even as from this night, is that ablution before we sleep. Let's start doing it. There are things we see maybe as small sunnah or small thing. We see them as small. They are not small. That ablution before you. Some of us don't even do prayer before we sleep again. Courtesy WhatsApp and Facebook. Because mostly it is when you lie down and you press, you wake up and see that it is the phone that is chatting you. So which that by then what you just do is just to keep the phone and arrange your clothes, cover now, and you tell them, sleep, here I come, you go. May Almighty Allah make it easy for us. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum.